Just want to document here what happened to me on May 5th, 3 a.m. It was a Sunday early morning, Saturday night, Vancouver, heading southbound on Cambie. Incident with a cab driver, Blacktop cab, cab number BT38. He had a fare in his car, and he was honking at me and flashing his beams at me because I guess he didn't think I was going fast enough. It was a busy Saturday night, late at night. Most of the traffic was taxis, and they're all zipping around, driving fast, and I wasn't, speeding, and I was going the speed limit, but he felt that I should go faster and accelerate faster from the stoplight. So he could have passed me. My left and right lanes were clear, but he was bumper tailing me and honking his horn and flashing his lights at me. So I guess when he did pass me, next light he got stuck in traffic. I passed him. He got behind me, and then he tried to pass me again, and then I moved over into the middle lane, and it moved him out to the third lane, the far right lane, and he was accelerating. We were both accelerating. We were taking off from a light and through traffic, and on Cambie there's some construction, and his lane was ending, and he was trying to rush a pass around me, and because his lane was ending and it was hard to see, it was nighttime, and it was just pylons on his lane, closing his lane off. He saw it at the last minute, and he was upset because he was behind me again, and he turned into me, and right when we got out of the car after the accident, or after the collision, I said, "Hey, what did you do? Why you did it on purpose?" And he says, "F you," like that. So then I asked the witness, I said, "Hey, did you see what happened there? Did you see him turn his wheel in toward me?" And she says, "Oh, I don't know what happened. Everything happened so fast." And then she waits a few minutes and then says, "You know what, actually, I think it's both your fault." Yeah, it was both you guys' fault. It's 50-50. And so ICBC took the statement from her as a witness and assigned me 50-50 blame. But I was going straight, and this cab turned into me. He was upset at me, but that doesn't give him any right to ram my car or turn into me. Taxi drivers are cutting people off all the time. It doesn't give anyone the right to ram them. You have to be 100% responsible for your actions, and if you cause damage, then you should be held accountable. And ICBC just has given me 50-50 for going straight. I don't think that's right. Now, luckily, I have physical evidence here that proves that I was going in a straight line, and he turned into me. You can see the damage on my car. Now, there's zero damage on his car. It's a Blacktop cab. They're yellow with black top, and it's like a Dijon mustard color yellow. Blacktop, Vancouver Blacktop cabs. Not a bright yellow, but it's sort of a flat yellow cab, and there's zero damage to his car, none at all. Only damage on his car is his wheel. His wheel is scraped up, and his wheel cover flew off. That's it. But this is the damage on my car. It's significant. It's about $3,000 worth of damage here. Now, so to do that much damage, that's quite a hard hit. In the next lane, he was very close to me. I mean, he obviously turned in quite sharply. That's all done by his wheel. His wheel was sticking out. This damage here is done by his rim, and this is from his tire. Now, most of it I'll buff off because that's just rubber there, but this is where the extensive damage here. It couldn't have pushed in further because that's a very strong area of the car. It's a very reinforced, the B-pillar here. So luckily I have the evidence here that proves that I was going in a straight line. And it's unfortunate that ICBC won't consider this damage as evidence. They say that, no, we're not going to even look at the damage on your car. We're not going to have our experts look at it, or reconstruction people look at it, and engineers look at it, and we're only going to go by the witness. That's preposterous. That's ridiculous. How can you not take in the physical evidence? This lady is in the cab. She's upset that me and this taxi driver were kind of I guess we're road raging, and I mean, who hasn't honked at somebody or got upset at somebody driving the car? But it gives them no right to intentionally ram you and cause damage. It's like if you get into an argument with someone in a bar and they punch you in the face, they got to be able to control themselves, and they have to be held accountable. There's a line that has to be drawn, and ICBC is saying, well, you know what, it's okay, go ahead and ram someone, because that's if you get someone mad, that's your own fault. That's so wrong in my mind, and luckily here's the evidence that proves that I was going in a straight line. Now this is the damage here. That's all done by his wheel turning in. He's a taxi driver. He knows I'm there. The witness says we're both to blame, so she knew that the taxi was fully aware of me. Now he turned in very sharply here, very fast. We were very close to turn his wheel that strongly toward me. The car swerves over and bang, it's over really, really quickly. So she's not a engineer or expert either. She was just in the car, probably on her phone or something. It's 3 a.m. People are sleepy, people are tired, and it happens very quickly. And but she knew that we were kind of trading insults and flashing each other and that sort of stuff. So she feels that I'm responsible. But I didn't turn in. I was going straight. So here's the evidence here, and you can see here that's from the body of his car brushing up against mine, and there's no scratch there. That's not even a dent. That's just a scuff. There's some scuffing here. This is all will just wash right off. This is just clean right off, and that's the front of it. Now his body of his car just sort of pressed up against mine, and right here is, you can see some yellow paint from his cab right there. Okay, now that's not even a scratch. That's not even a dent. That can be buffed out, and leaves no scratches at all. That's how his front fender of his car touched my car, and there's no damage on his car. I'll load up pictures after this video, or included in this video, to show pictures of his car that has no damage. Now, if I was coming into his lane and I was veering toward him, if I was vectoring, I'd be stepping closer and closer to him. If that occurred, this damage here, where the body of my car touched his, if I was coming toward him, this would be significant. This would be a dent. This would be damage here, caused by the bodies of the car touching. But that's just a rub mark, because he was angling in toward me, and after the tire ground in, the body of his car finally touched my car. Now, if I was coming toward him, veering to the right, this body would have hit his body, and it would have dented, it would have damaged. So this proves that it's impossible for me have this damage to have occurred if I was veering off toward him to the right. It's physically impossible, and this is the evidence here. And ICBC won't consider this at all. There's, how does a taxi just turn into somebody like this? This is intentional. So I wanted to document this and upload this. This is a Blacktop cab, Vancouver, British Columbia. Event occurred on May 5th, 2019. Thank you for watching. With that much damage on my car, and the impact that's caused by that, it obviously was quite a hard hit. So if we hit that hard and the body of my car touched his body, the bodywork, there would be much more damage than a little scuff that can be buffed out. That's just not possible.